Welcome guys to my new video. In this video I will talk about the functions in the C programming language. So first of all, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and let's start our video. First of all, what is a function in the C programming language? A function in C is a set of statements that when called perform some specific task. The programming statements of a function are enclosed within a braces, having certain meaning and performing certain operations. The syntax of function can be divided into three aspects: the function declaration, the function definition, and the function calls or the call functions. First of all, let's start with the function declaration. In a function declaration, we must provide the function name, its return type, and the number of type of its parameter a. Function declaration tells the compiler that they're in a function with a given name defined somewhere else in a program. This is the syntax of a function declaration. First, you put the data type, the return type, like the integer, float, etc., the name of the function, parameter 1 and parameter 2. Look at this example. First, we have the return type. Here is an integer. The function name is a sum. The first parameter have the data type, it's an integer, and the name is a, and the second parameter is b. And finally, we put the semicolon in the end of the statement. This is the syntax of the declaration of a function: the return type, the name of the function, parameter 1, parameter 2. A function in C must always be declared globally before calling it. Now let's talk about the function definition. The function definition consists of actual statements which are executed when the function is called. It means when the program controller comes to the function. A C function is generally defined and declared in a single step because the function definition always starts with the function declaration, so we do not need to declare explicitly. This is the syntax of a function definition. First, we put the return type. Like this example here, it's an integer. Function name, here the function name is heating. Parameter 1 and type with the parameter name. Here the parameter here is a void. Here I have one parameter, not two parameters. We can put a second parameter, and we put the statement or the body of the function. And finally, the return 0. This is the function definition. First, we have the header, return type, function name, and the parameters. In the header, we don't need to put the semicolon. Like here in the declaration, it's very important to put the semicolon because the program because when I don't put the semicolon in the declaration, the program gives me an error. But here I don't need, in the function definition, I don't need, it's not very important to put the semicolon. Now let's talk about the call functions. A function call is a statement that instructs the compiler to execute the function. We use the function name and parameters in the function call. Look at this example, how to work the function in the C programming language. First, I need to put the function definition. The data type here is integer. Function name is sum. Parameter 1 is a, parameter 2 is b, and I need to find the sum of a plus b. Return a plus b, the sum. Second step, I need to put the main function. In the main function, I need to define the sum, and I need to give a value for A and a value for B. The value of A is 10, the value of B is 13, and I need to print the sum on the screen and finally return 0. Here, integer add equal to sum, 10, 13 here in this line in red. It's a function call. In this example, the first sum function is called, and 10 and 13 are passed to the sum function. After the function call, sum of A and B is returned as and control is also returned back to the main function of the program. This is how to use the call function in the C programming language. Now the function return type. Function return type tells what type of value is returned after all function is executed. When we don't want to return a value, we can use the void data type. Here we have an example. First we have the data type integer, function parameter 1 and parameter 2. The above function will return an integer value after running statements inside the function. Only one value can be returned from a C function. When we need to return a multiple value, we need to use the pointers. Now the function argument. Function argument, also known as the function parameters, are the data that is passed to a function. This is an example. First we have the integer, function name, integer variable 1 and integer variable 2. We have 4 conditions of return type and argument. First, the function with no argument and no return value. Function with no argument and with return value. And the function with argument and with no return value. And finally, function with arguments and with return value. To know more about the function arguments, subscribe to my channel, and I need to solve problems about that in the next video. Now guys, let's see how does the function work in the C programming language. First of all, we need to declare a function. Declaring a function is a step where we declare a function. Here we define the return types and parameter to the function. 2. Defining a function. 3. Calling the function. Calling the function is a step where we call the function by passing the arguments in a function. 4. Executing the function is a step where we can run all the statements inside the function to go to the final result. And finally, 5. Returning a value is a step where the calculated value after the execution of the function is returned. This is how the function works in the C programming language. Now let's talk about the types of the function. In the C programming language, we have 2 types of a function: the user-defined function and the library function. The library function is also referred to as a built-in function. A compiler package already exists that contains these functions, each of which has a specific means and is included in the package. Built-in functions have the advantage to being directly usable without being defined. For example, we have the function power, sqrt, strcopy, etc. The advantage of the C library function. First, the C library functions are easy to use. 2. The C library functions save a lot of time. It's mean the function development time. and the C library function are convenient as they always work. This is the importance of the library function. Now let's see the user-defined function. The functions that the programmer creates are known as the user-defined function or the tailor-made functions. User-defined functions can be improved and modified according to the needs of the programmer. Whenever we write a function that is case-specific and is not defined in many header files, we need to declare and define our own functions according to the syntax. The advantage of the user-defined function is the function can be modified per need. The code of this function is reusable in other programs. These functions are easy to understand because it's defined by the program. Now let's talk about the passing parameters to a functions. The data passed when the function is being invoked is known as the actual parameter. In this program, or in this example, 10 and 13 are known as actual parameters. Formal parameters are the variable and the data type as mentioned in function declaration. In the below example, A and B are known as a formal parameters. We can pass argument to the same function in two ways. First way is passed by value and second way is passed by reference. Now let's talk about the pass by value. Parameter passing in this method copy value from the actual parameter into formal function parameter. As a result, any changes made inside the functions do not refer in the caller parameter. First of all here, I need to start with hashtag include studio.h, and I need here to declare a function. First of all, I need to put the data type, the void swap integer. Parameter 1 is variable 1 and integer variable 2. And I open the braces and I put integer temp equal to var 1. Here I need to swap this to the value of this two variable. Variable 1 is equal to variable 2 and variable 2 is equal to temp. This is in the passed by value. And here I put the integer main and I put the value, I give a value of the variable 1. Variable 1 is equal, for example, to 3. Variable 2 is equal to 2. And I print printf before swap is %d variable 1 and variable 2. Here I need to put swap the function swap variable 1 and variable 2, and the printf after swap variable 1 variable 2 and return 0. This is the passed by value. I define the temp variable 1 is equal to variable 2 and variable 2 is equal to temp. Now the passed by reference. The passed by reference. The caller actual parameter and the function actual parameter refer to the same locations, so any changes made inside the function are reflected in the caller actual parameter. Here, I need to use the pointer. For example, here, void swap integer 1, I need to put here the asterisk. And the same here. Integer temp, also here I need to put it. And here, also here and here. This is the difference between the passed by reference and the passed by value. Now let's talk about the advantages of the functions in C. Functions in C is highly useful feature of the C with many advantages mentioned below. First, the function can reduce the repetition of the same statement in the program. 2. The function makes code readable by providing moduli in our program. 3. There is no fixed number of calling functions. It can be called as many times as you want. 4. The function reduces the size of the program. And finally, the function is declared. When the function is declared, you can just use it without thinking about the internal working of the function. This is the advantage of the C function. But the disadvantage of the function in C programming language is we cannot return multiple values. The memory and time overheat due to the stack frame allocation and transfer the program control. This is the advantage and the disadvantage of the function in the C programming language. Now, finally, the function is the block of code that can be used as many times as we want inside a program. To use a function, we need to call a function. The function declaration includes function name, return type, and parameter. The function definition includes the body of the function. The function is of two types, user-defined function and the library function. And finally, in function, we can, according to two types, call by value and call by reference according to the value passed. This is all about the functions in the C programming language.